Hey everyone, it's Marley from Kale and Crunches and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about recapping my first trimester experience with my second baby. So disclaimer, I am currently 23 weeks pregnant. It's funny how you kind of forget with the second one. And I am now feeling 100% different from how I was feeling before, which is why I'm recording this video now, because there is a 0% chance I would have been able to record any type of footage during that first trimester. If you recall, with Lily, my baby, I recorded a whole vlog on the first trimester recapping the experience, so much footage. And with this one, I literally couldn't even lift my hands to hold my phone, let alone a camera to record. So I'm recapping everything for you now. So I'm just gonna go through the symptoms I had, and I'll say it right now. It has been and was 100% different from my first pregnancy. My nausea hit right at the 6-week mark, and that was my #1 symptom. It was the most debilitating thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. It started first thing in the morning, lasted the entire day, and went at night, all through the night sometimes. So there were many days where I couldn't even keep water or ice cubes down. I was throwing up literally everything. Throwing up sips of water, sips of Gatorade, all through the night. It was just insane the amount that I was throwing up. I didn't think it could be safe. I tried taking prescription medication that just made me feel even worse. I tried everything, and eventually it went away at like 18 weeks. So I've definitely spent a good 12 weeks really sick. My second symptom was that I was so tired. Now, to add on to this pregnancy, I also have an 18-month-old now. So at the time she was like 15 months and she wasn't sleeping through the night. She was going through a crazy sleep regression. She was up every few hours. She was teething. She was doing the 5 a.m. wake up. So on top of all of that, I had to be on for my toddler. And even though DC tried to, take the brunt of it, it's still really hard for him to just fully care for her and work full time. So that was really hard, just being so tired. I also felt really bad mentally. I felt depressed and anxious and guilty. I felt like I couldn't be the mother that I wanted to be for Lily. I was sad and guilty about not hanging out with her, being able to pick her up without getting dizzy. I felt bad for, making DC do most of the work with Lily and working full time. I felt guilty about not creating content and posting. I felt guilty about lying to my followers about what I was going through. And just in general, I felt so down and low. There was days that went by where I didn't even get dressed or shower, and I didn't even realize how bad it had gotten until I was just seeing my therapist for like a regular appointment. And she kind of pointed out that I was definitely experiencing a perinatal mood disorder, which I, again, didn't have in my first pregnancy, and it's so common because of the hormones. This isn't really a symptom, but I did 0 physical activity unless you can count throwing up as a workout, which a lot of the times it was. With my first pregnancy, I was like active and walking and working out and blah, blah, blah. With this one, I literally just lay in bed all day. My only exercise was to get up and pee. Speaking of peeing, there were many times where I peed myself while I was throwing up, especially. I couldn't hold it in, and if I was throwing up, I would just leak in my underwear. And I know that it's a result of having a baby already and having like a weak pelvic floor and things like that. But yeah, I guess it's TMI, but there's nothing really TMI on this channel, is there? Even before showing and having a belly, I was experiencing a ton of body aches, back aches, joint and ligament aches, all the aches. I was just in pain. My body still is in so much pain from the ligaments moving and stretching, and that has been super hard to deal with. A ton of lower back pain so early on when it doesn't even feel like it makes sense, but really your body's just making room for those organs to grow before you can even show. Headaches was another big one for me. I had to sometimes just take Tylenol and try not to throw up so I could cure my headache. I was definitely worried about the amount of Tylenol I was taking. I know it was a mixture of like throwing up, dehydration and all that, plus just pregnancy headaches are huge. So those were really bad for me. Some days I would just have a headache for what it felt like 4 days straight. Like it just literally wouldn't go away. And then lastly, all the aversions. I couldn't look at food pretty much. I wasn't craving anything. I just didn't want anything. I could not even stomach a bagel some days, which is, you know, I'm nauseous when. So that is a recap of my first trimester. It's been really tough, but it's always worth it, especially having gone through it already once before. You know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that these symptoms don't last forever. And anytime I was just feeling down or depressed, I was just reminding myself how grateful I am to even be pregnant. Even though I do want to say that it is okay to not feel good, and it's okay to complain about your symptoms, because pregnancy is really hard. And I didn't really understand that until this pregnancy. With Lily, it was so easy. It was such a breeze. Just to be sick for like 12 weeks straight can really take a toll on you, on your physical and mental health. So I definitely feel for you mamas if you are having a really tough trimester, first trimester. Hang in there, it does get better, and I promise it is all worth it. If you like this video or want to hear more about pregnancy, motherhood, all of that good stuff, make sure to give it a like, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a video. New videos are coming out every Monday, and I will see you in the next one.